So did you know that Akira Amemiya, the guy who directed the new Gridman 2018 anime adaptation, requested that one of the female characters, Rikka, have a nice ass and some thick thighs? I'm not making this shit up. He actually said that. He literally wanted that. He was clearly asking for it. Like, really think about it. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Showa60, and I want to talk about a very, very cool series that I've been following all the way to the 3rd or possibly 4th episode, or 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th by the time you watch this. This series is called Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad Gridman, or 4S Gridman, which I will not be calling it any of those because god damn, that's too fucking long. I'll just call it Gridman 2018. So yeah, first of all, for some of you who only watch anime shows and things like that, you're probably wondering, what the fuck is a Gridman? Okay, Super Riot Productions, the guys responsible for the Ultraman series and the Ultra Q series, which started it all, began working on a more computer-savvy television show which is based on the Ultra series lore called Gridman the Hyper Agent. It follows the story of Naoto and his junior high school friends who create a special computer called Junk. There also houses the Hyper Agent Gridman himself, who uses Naoto as his host to protect the digital world from all manners of viruses created by a powerful virus monster. Fuck, I forgot his name. The guys over at Studio Trigger, the guys of Gurren Lagann, Little Witch Academia, and Kill la Kill fame, decided to revive the series in a 2015 short film dedicated to the Gridman franchise. And they did this by giving us a small glimpse of what could have been Gridman Sigma. Now, Gridman Sigma was already provided to us right after the end of Gridman, except for the series didn't continue on, and the most people got was like a special short. The most we got was magazine promotions, a magazine comic, and the aforementioned short film that Studio Trigger produced. Amemiya, who directed the short film, would also be tasked for the 2018 anime adaptation of the 1993 series. And this is perfect timing since this commemorates 25 years of the Gridman franchise. And yeah, it's now officially a full-fledged franchise in of itself. Now, the story thus far, as of this recording, we have a young amnesiac by the name of Yuta, and he keeps getting the voice in his head, which happens to be the title hero of the series, telling him that he has a mission to fulfill. As he attends school, he meets this young girl by the name of Akane, who is the class cutie of the series. And she offers him some food, and this is just episode 1, mind you. But then someone bumps into her via volleyball. And later on, we see like this giant kaiju, which is the only one brought to life, as opposed to the other kaiju just standing there doing absolutely dick all. But yeah, the kaiju wreaks havoc, and the kaiju kills the entire volleyball club as a result. And so Yuta now has the ability to transform into Gridman, and he's no longer the only person who can see our hero. And boom, you have like this colossal, high-stakes kaiju on Ultra Hero battle, which is really dope. Now, the first episode does like drag on a bit, but I really enjoyed it. It was a nice little breath of fresh air from what we're accustomed to with a lot of anime and a lot of entertainment these days. And it's good to see this level of storytelling being exercised in a series like this. Episode 2 and Episode 3 really pick up the bulk. The former, which we're introduced formally to one of the new characters in the series, who serves as a living weapon for Gridman. It is a similar case with Episode 3, only this time Gridman has a rival character that's introduced in the form of Auntie, who for some odd reason hates his ass, or for some reason just hates Gridman entirely. And one thing I like about Gridman is, for starters, the symbolism in the storytelling. Like, there's not much being said, but you can tell what's really going on just by the predominant silence that takes over. And when it's business time, it's truly business time, and it's well illustrated in its pacing and its animation. Which brings us to our next point, the animation as a whole. Now, there were some things that did cringe me out a little bit, just a small tad, but they're minor nitpicks compared to the awesomeness that is, like, a lot of the emotion that is being poured into these characters, into the set pieces, into the fight scenes, no less. Like, a lot of tender love and care has been displayed here, and you can tell that the staff at Trigger, let alone the director, was clearly more than just Rikka's thick thighs and ass, and Akane's titties. Look, the point is that Gridman 2018, so far, is an extraordinary anime. Now, I'm not going to heighten my expectations just yet. I'm still waiting for episode 4 as of this recording, and if episode 4, by the time of this video's recording and editing, is as good as the last 3, or a subsequent episode by the time you watch this, then I'm just going to say in advance that Gridman truly is an amazing series worth watching. I only had the convenience of watching the last few episodes of the original 1993 tokusatsu, but I can tell that a lot of people who were involved in this production cared. It's like, Gridman, from what I saw so far in the original show, was pretty cool. And I can see why Thicc really wanted this adapted as Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. And I can see why Akira Amemiya wanted to bring this series back from its grave after 25 years. Because Gridman is a great concept. It's entirely unique from the original Ultra series, despite being part of the franchise as a whole. It's spectacular, and the animation is really good. There's a lot of homages to very experienced animators, especially in Gridman's case, Masami All-Body, who's responsible for the all-body punch, all-body kick, all-body anything, the exaggeration, the bombastic battles, the punches and kicks that just pop out, the sword slashes, the poses, all of it. Like, the animation is really good and high quality. Trigger really flexing his muscles yet again. Now, with that said, what do you really think about Gridman? Is it a great series? Does it bore you? Does it excite you? Does it make you want 53 episodes or more of this series? Do you want a season 2? Well, state your opinions in the comments below and let me know what you think. It's really good to see this series come back after 25 long years, and I hope there's a season 2 of this, and I really hope to see Akane redeem herself later on, because so far she's been a bit of a bitch. But them titties though. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I have not been doing these videos in a long time. I've been mostly doing live streams, and Wildcard Fighter is available. And I'll be posting like advanced screenings of these episodes a la Patreon. The link to my Patreon will be in the description below. If you got a nice set of pocket change, then by all means feel free to support Wildcard Fighter and a lot of my illustrations. And if you got a pretty penny, I might give you some lewds. Now, that being said, thank you guys so much. Catch you in the next video. Also, stay tuned for my live streams, Tuesdays through Sundays. Tuesday through Thursdays at 10 Eastern, and Fridays through Sundays at 7 Eastern. And they're all in the evening time. Also, beware, times are subject to change. This is Showa signing out. Mata ne!